The good news is you can do this. And I'm going to encourage you, whatever you've been through, my prayers are with you, my thoughts are with you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rola, clinical psychologist. And today I want to talk to you about the one thing that you can do to increase your happiness. What is that one thing that you and I can do to increase happiness? That one thing is to savor the moment. Savoring the moment is about taking what is a seemingly ordinary event, relatively benign experience, and deriving pleasure from it. It is about taking that experience that lasts maybe for a few minutes and stretching it into days, weeks, months, and years. It is such a powerful tool. It helps you to cope through difficult life experiences. Not to minimize what you're going through, but to also give yourself the permission to enjoy pleasure as you go through the stress of life. I'm going to share with you one or two experiences that I've had in which I have savored that moment. And as I share that experience with you, I will show you what I did so that you can do the same. And this is the breakdown of how to actually savor the moment. I went to the Office Depot in my area a couple months ago, at least 6 months now. I wanted to buy a rim of paper. I noticed through an email that came in that there was some sales going on at Office Depot, and they're doing deals on paper. I thought I saw that there was about a $20 discount, and it was, I think, original price is $75. So I needed paper, but I quickly rushed there because I love my bargains. I'm a bargain hunter. So I get in there all excited, trying to save money. And I told the cashier, well, I saw in my email that there's a discount. I want to buy this at this price. He almost looks at me funny and says, sorry, ma'am, we don't have that deal here. Okay. I have a rewards program that I have with Office Depot. I said, can you please put my phone number in and let me know if I have any rewards? Maybe that will help me to reduce the cost of the box. And he said, no, ma'am, you don't have any. I was a little bit frustrated, but that's not his fault. He's simply following the store policy. But I was thinking, am I going to get this discount? But right there and then, after I checked my rewards point and he saw that I didn't have any, he said to me, I'm going to give you the discount anyway. I was grateful. I was so happy. That was a savoring moment. Years ago, if that had happened to me, I'll just say thank you and move on. But now I know better. This is an opportunity for me to savor that moment where somebody is giving me a discount, even though I don't deserve it. When you savor the moment, you look at the experience as not ordinary. You take the experience and blow it up and say to yourself, this is a pleasurable moment and I'm going to milk it. When you savor the moment, one of the things that is critical that you do to help you to consolidate your memory of that moment is you scan the past. And that's what I did. I scanned the past. There was a time in my life when I would not have been able to afford a box of paper. The truth is that if the man had never given me the discount, I would have been able to afford it. But there was a time I would have only purchased a rim instead of 10. So as I was trying to enjoy the moment, I scanned into the past and I became grateful. Thank you, God, that I can afford it. I have made progress. Things are much better for me. That's scanning the past. That's what savoring the moment includes. Then I anticipate the future. If something positive is happening to me now, more positive experiences are coming. Remember, you're stretching this moment into days, weeks. You're enriching that moment. You're giving yourself permission to feel pleasure. And you're appreciating the benefit of being able to feel pleasure. The other thing that savoring the moment includes is enjoying the encounter with other people. So this wonderful man, who is a cashier in the store, was so gracious. He asked me to park my car at the entrance of the store, and he will bring the box to me. He did not want me to physically take the box myself. He gave me VIP treatment. He treated me like a lady. I have never met the guy before. I'd never met him before. That is the richness of that moment. I was grateful that he respected me and that he valued me. And when I do those things and I take in the pleasure of those things, I have to admit to you, some of the negativity I've received from other experiences, I begin to diminish it. Sometimes intentionally, sometimes subconsciously. So maybe I've dealt with a man who's disrespectful. I focus on the man that treats me well. I enjoy that moment. I say, thank you so much. I truly appreciate what you've done. Because that is part of enjoying that moment. Sorry, I'm sweaty. I took pictures of the receipt. This is part of consolidating the positive memory. And I kept it. When I went for a mental health training with first responders in my county, I showed them a picture of the receipt. I told my brother about it. I told my mother about it. Do you see how I'm stretching the pleasure of those few minutes at Office Depot into much more than that moment? I stood in awe of that moment. Then another aspect of savoring the moment is that you think about the possibility that this event may never have happened. We're living in a world that is unpredictable, but even before things became unpredictable, nobody can guarantee what would happen in the next minute. So what I'm saying is I am lucky to be able to be in this place right now. And then I went back to scanning the past as well. When I went in for an outpatient procedure many years ago, and my doctor said, it's an in and out thing. It's not a big deal, Rolla. I go in there. A day before I went in, just to backtrack a little bit, they said, we've changed the location of the procedure. It's no longer going to be in an office. It's going to be in a hospital. I'm like, that's fine. I don't really care. I'm going in for the procedure. I am told that the moment they began my procedure, I reacted so adversely, I ended up in the ICU. And my doctor said, Rolla, I almost lost you. And she said, thank God. I could have lost a perfectly healthy woman. What saved my life too was that I was in an environment where they could quickly take me into intensive care. And after the fact, she said, she'd done hundreds of this procedure with women, but there's a little clause in there in the article that says, in rare cases, some people will suffer this adverse reaction. Well, I turned out to be one of those, and the first patients I'd ever had who had that reaction. I survived. I'm alive. If I had died on that table for seemingly simple outpatient procedure, I will not be buying this paper. Do you see how I'm giving myself permission to enjoy this moment? How I'm giving myself permission to take this moment beyond just what I'm experiencing now. The other thing I love about this is that it forces you to slow down. Guys, ladies, we are too much in a rush and we're missing out on enjoying the pleasure of life. Many of you are waiting for that big moment before you become happy. When you are savoring the moment, you're not waiting for that big event. You're taking ordinary day-to-day moments and turning it into opportunities to become more positive, to become happier, and to celebrate the life that you have. It doesn't mean that you don't want more. You're just not so focused on what is not working. You're enjoying what is working in the moment. Another benefit is that because you and I are negatively wired in our brains, we tend to remember what is not working. When you learn to savor the moment and you do it consistently, you're training your brain to remember what is working. You're consolidating positive memories. And then just a few days ago, I learned something new about savoring the moment. This is me practicing this tool. That I can even anticipate a savoring moment. So on Monday, just 2 days ago, yesterday actually, I was going for my annual physical with my doctor. I was a little bit grumpy because it was an early appointment, and I had started with prayer at 5:30. On Mondays, I have the privilege, my leadership has chosen to allow me to lead prayer on Mondays from 5:30 to 6:30. So that's one day I wake up extremely early, being alert. So I was tired. And then at a 7:45 check-in time, I had to quickly jump in the shower and go. So I was a little bit grumpy about it. Oh, I wish my appointment was later. And I quickly tuned out from that negativity and said, this is a savoring moment. You're healthy. You're not going there because you have a terminal illness. You're going there for a physical. So I anticipated the pleasure of seeing my doctor. When I now met with my doctor, she did my exams. She's so complimentary. She's wonderful. She checked my heart. She said, your heart is strong. Remember, I'd been anticipating a savoring moment. So when she said that, I grabbed that. I held on to that positive moment. And I said, Rolake, your heart is strong. Your heart is not just strong physically. Your heart is strong emotionally. Do you see how I anticipated before? And then when I got in there, what was meant to get me frustrated because I didn't want to wait and all that became a positive thing. And even when she said, I'm sorry you had to wait for so long, I said, don't worry, doctor, thank you so much. Why? Because I'm learned to savor the moment. Savoring the moment means that you are also looking for positive experiences. When you are looking for savoring moments, you're going to be bypassing very quickly negative situations and interactions. That doesn't mean that you're in denial that it happened, but you are not allowing it to eat you up. Because you feel so good when you enrich that experience by savoring the moment, you're looking for the next one. So you're anticipating positive encounters with others. When you have an encounter with somebody because you're savoring the moment that is positive, you don't dismiss it. If the person is negative towards you, you're trying to minimize being reactive by being negative back. Savoring the moment is powerful. It helps you to smell the roses and obviously admit that some things are not working, but admit that some things are working. You're giving yourself the permission to enjoy the pleasure of life. And then the wonderful thing, again, that the research shows through imaging of the brain is that when people savor the moment, even the brain acknowledges that process. There is a part of your brain, in the center of your brain, called the Ventral Striatum. It is above, behind your ears, above and behind your ears. That part of your brain is persistently activated when you savor the moment. It is recognizing that you are enjoying pleasure. That part of the brain is connected with the reward pathway of the brain. So when you are rewarding yourself with pleasure, your brain is acknowledging it. This is a win-win situation. You don't have to pay anybody for it. It doesn't cost you anything. You just live and you savor. Your relationships get better. Your family life is better. Your marriage is better. You make better decisions. You are happier. And for those who know me personally, I am very positive, and it is not fake. And I've been positive in some of the most difficult situations because of the benefits of enjoying pleasure from seemingly benign day-to-day activities. I want to encourage you to do this. Take pictures of the events. I have a picture of the receipt. I have a picture of a free Costco cake. I don't have time to tell you about that today. To consolidate these positive memories. If you are struggling to use this tool and to do this, it could be that you're clinically depressed. I don't want you to feel bad, because when you're clinically depressed, it is very difficult to enjoy positive moments. You're persistently sad or hopeless. It is not just that you are not trying enough, even your brain recognizes that you're depressed. Please get therapy. Please see your primary care doctor if you're depressed. If you suffer trauma in childhood or as an adult, you may have a very limited affect and extent of emotionality to where you're just in that bland space. You're not overly happy, you're not sad, but you're just there. So many people have suffered trauma, go through this experience, and it becomes difficult for them to engage themselves in pleasure. Please get help as well. But I don't want you to feel bad. You can do this. You can practice it. And even if you can't do it, it's a sign that you're aiming to do it. Just being aware of it is a big deal. I want you to like this video, share it, subscribe. I will talk to you soon. And please stay happy, even though things are difficult. Enjoy the pleasure of life. Talk to you soon.